everybody, this is a light language transmission for the eclipse, full moon eclipse in Scorpio for the 5th of May. It, of course, is relevant if you're finding it in any other time, but it's particularly relevant at these times based on the collective energies and the astrology at the moment. So as I mentioned in the last reading, the masculine or the divine masculine have been in focus through these eclipses, the early part of these eclipses, because of both the new moon solar eclipse on the 20th of April being ruled by Mars through Aries, as ruler of Aries, and this one in Scorpio. Mars is also a ruler of Scorpio, this full moon eclipse 2 weeks later. So very much a highlight on the divine masculine. And the energies that have been coming through have been of emotional bursting out. So like a deepening under the surface, which is also what Scorpio represents, is going under the surface into the undercurrents, finding out what's going on underneath out of visibility, and those emotions being contacted or coming to light whether they want to or not. So anything that's been denied, this is for the feminine and masculine genders, it's for everybody. We're talking about the divine masculine energies. They're having to see their emotions, they're coming up regardless. Anything they've been trying to suppress is coming up. And I will link those transmissions in the description box because the codes in those are relevant to this. This is the first time that you're connecting in during this process. But once again, the masculine came up in this reading as the focus, which is the same that happened last time, is the man card came up. So it's the masculine energy. It's the masculine within us, and it's also whoever in the unity is embodying the masculine energy. And the timing that's come up is within 14 to 30 days. So I feel that, you know, from the new moon eclipse 2 weeks ago to today is 2 weeks, and that there's potentially another 2 weeks for these energies to continue to resolve and work themselves out. What we're accessing is the fire, the optimism, the enthusiasm, and spontaneity, really, that comes with accessing that inner fire. Especially in the masculine counterpart or in our masculine energies. And masculine energies are the really action-oriented, go for it, strategy, way forward, plan, all of that. So what's leading up to this is that the energies that are coming in are energies of unity, and they're energies of soul contract. So what are our soul contracts that are now landing? And as they land, they're pushing up everything that's in the way of moving forward in those soul contracts. For twin flames, obviously, the soul contract is to work together. And there will be various different ways that twin flames move together in each unity, often just on the energetics and sometimes more at a conscious level. But these are always about moving us towards ascension, more unconditional love, more unity, and changing templates, especially relationship templates, but even all sorts of templates of co-creation and contracts and things like that, how they work in the real world that are lower vibration, and shifting them up into co-creation rather than like codependency. So this includes workplaces and financial systems and all the other ways that are low vibration. But so as these contracts come in, they're pushing out all the lower contracts or the contracts that are not working, and that's because we don't need them anymore. We're transforming through them. Scorpio is all about transformation. So we're pushing things to a higher level, and as that happens, the things that are lower level that are not able to travel with us or not able to transform will be let go of. So there's closure or continuing on, either transforming relationships and contracts and situations from a lower vibration to a higher vibration that can come forward with you, or letting them go. And if they're carrying on with you, you're committing to them. And in any situation, you're still committing to the higher path and to the new contracts that are coming in. And working in partnership as a co-creation rather than a codependency. And where that goes to, so as the enthusiasm comes in to step onto that path, to be independent rather than codependent, we come into this waterfall. So again, this is that overflowing emotion. It's the release. It's the release of everything you've been denying or holding on to that you're now seeing and recognizing and acting on. And with that brings overflowing abundance, fulfillment, and the ability to go after, what is right, rather than staying in old patterns that are not right for you, that you were clearing out old karma and healing. So, and in the last message we had, temperance. Well, this is temperance as well. So this is the healing. Both these cards came up in the last reading. So this is temperance is healing. So we're reconciling everything that's not right, transforming it, healing it, and moving on to higher pathways. So simultaneous to this reading being on the table, and as these come on the table, I get a lot of messages over that time as the cards appear. They all get integrated into the codes, and then we bring them through into this transmission. So the messages that have been coming through, there have still been a lot of messages about water leaks and water bursts, and each time you go to fix it, there's still another layer that needs fixing. So it's like layers and layers, like waves of different realizations, emotions coming up. And I feel what both the masculine and feminine are doing from the masculine part of themselves is recognizing those buried feelings, those things they've been pushing aside, especially around the connection, and realizing, I can't deny it. No matter how I try to deny it, I'm in this. I'm in this connection. This is a real thing. It's there, whether I look at it or not. It's better if I look at it. And so the way I'm hearing this through music, so repetitive music playing in my head is a way that I know there's a message coming through, because it does not go away. Doesn't matter what I'm thinking of, it's there repeating in my head until the message has been received, and then it recedes. So the message coming through is, you are not alone. I am here with you. We're in this together. We'll see it through. So even if at a conscious level there's no evidence of anyone else being there working with you, at a higher level, at an unconscious level, at a telepathic astral level, you're not alone. And I believe this is the masculine in each of us speaking to the feminine in each of us, but also the counterpart, the masculine counterpart speaking to the feminine, and vice versa. But particularly the masculine speaking to the feminine is, you're not alone. I'm here with you. I'm working it out. I can feel it, and I'm now clearing everything out the way so that I can be aligned to that and with that. But even when they're not consciously with it, they are in the process and they are feeling it. They may just be denying it. The other song that's been coming up non-stop, and this one particularly today and yesterday, is about no matter how it looks on the ground, no matter how it appears to you, I'm feeling it. I'm coming to recognize and pay attention to that, even if I'm not showing it outwardly in the world to anybody. So let me try and remember the words. The words are if you look closely, my smile's out of place. Look a little bit closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my tears. I'm masquerading. Yeah, it's basically, I'm putting on a show, but what you see is not really how I feel or really what I'm acting on. What's going on at a deeper level is what's real, and it's hard to see that on the surface. So more, I think the message is just trust what you know, trust the connection, trust what you feel deep inside under the surface. The Scorpio energies are transforming the outer world to reflect the inner world, at clearing everything that's in the way of those higher contracts. Cycles are completing, old cycles are completing because they're making way for the new contracts, which are coming into play now. At the same time as all those messages have been coming through with the cards on the table, some paintings have started coming through. Interestingly, there's a divine feminine and divine masculine one. Let me show you them now. This is the divine feminine painting. It's a 3D painting. It's not finished yet. This morning it started getting some platinum silver energy coming in. This is 3D, so it stands out of the page. Yeah, it wanted to stand out and be like really crossing it from 2D into 3D, which to me also represents into the multidimensional. It's got a butterfly coming in here. That will be more distinct, but that's because it's eclipse today. And we've got those Pluto and Scorpio transformational energies coming in, and butterflies represent transformation. There are going to be a lot of blue butterflies around as well, and these love hearts emerged from under the surface, and I think that again is another representation of what's happening in the cards, is those emotions and that love is coming through from under the surface. Whether we intend it or not, it's bigger than us, it's coming through from our souls. And what I saw is the energies of this divine feminine painting, and the platinum energy starting to come in on the flowers is divine feminine energies coming into this divine masculine painting. And I think this divine masculine painting is because I've been feeling these waters of the masculine, their emotions. And you know, with Pluto and Scorpio, we're talking about currents. It's very akin to water. Scorpio is a water sign. And you know, I was talking about layers and layers. This one just needed so many layers on the surface after the big wave. This isn't finished either. I'm still working, especially on that pipeline, that wave crashing on the shore, and all the ripples that come from that wave crashing on the shore. So it's and you can see the pink coming in from the feminine, so the pink unconditional love coming in through the clouds there, and starting to appear on the shore as well. So yeah, these, and it's like sunset, so it's the end of a cycle, the clearing out, the waves crashing on the shore, what's been going on, all the undercurrents now appearing at the surface on the shore, and coming into shore, where we can see them and deal with them. are becoming real. I also see the shore as representing the boundary between the emotions and the physical world, you know, so like our actions and what we can see. So yeah, and those layers and layers and those ripples coming through and working their way out. I will create these into prints as well if anyone wants any. The prints contain the codes as well. As I said, these aren't finished yet, so the codes will continue to come through. The originals may also be on sale on my Etsy, but it's I'll certainly make them into prints. So coming back to the spread, I picked a card for what is the active card that what codes are we going to bring in to bring those two paintings together and to reconcile these energies that are going on with the eclipse energies. And I got tornado, storm brewing, torn up, sudden unexpected end, violent, a total wreck, breakdown, liberate, over and done, the end. So this is really the moving out of the old. This now seems to be air energy, so I've been seeing it as water energy, like emotions coming through and just clearing everything up. I would see this one as the mental energies. So yeah, as it becomes conscious, the way that our mind and our consciousness and our perceptions and our actions change around the new alignment to those contracts coming in, is it's going to come through and just quite suddenly remove anything that's not in alignment anymore. Going to liberate you from anything that's lower and that's over and done energetically. Could be quite sudden and unexpected. Could feel violent if it's that sudden. So let's bring some codes in, some light language in. So what I feel is like a grounding. I feel the spirit coming into the body, being embodied. So the higher purpose, the higher spirit, the one that maybe has been a bit suppressed whilst living out the more visible, tangible patterns in front of our face. So I feel the focus on the man now. So I feel energy coming in through the crown. It looks a bit like that sun in the divine masculine painting, actually. That golden energy pouring right through his crown, through his emotional body, onto the shore, into the physical reality, and the physical actions and the physical motivations. I can feel that being processed in the digestive system and the sacral chakra. Real clearing out at the heart, but even more the soul seat, which is our desire to fulfill our soul's purpose. in this lifetime. So stepping into that desire to really progress on that spiritual mission, spiritual purpose. And I'm feeling the brain, the neurons in the brain reorganize around that, especially on the masculine side of the brain, in the temple area, like which is like the clairaudient centers, what I hear, and am able to take in and understand, especially on the telepathic or clairaudient, messages from spirit, messages from higher self. There's changes down the spinal column, especially the spinal cord, cerebrospinal fluid, as the information received through the clairaudient chakras is integrated, is properly integrated rather than ignored, rather than channeled into the don't want to deal with that, don't want to see that. It's being received like, yeah, this is going to help me in my soul's purpose. And therefore it's given the green light to go through the body and speak to all the chemical receptors and line the body up for action in that direction. Okay, and then there's a real clearing through the heart, the lower back, the voice. I feel my voice just changed as well then, as the frequency changed through the voice. Definitely in the digestive system, what you can take into your physical being and into your physical life. The digestive system is where we filter that to what's nutrients, what's for elimination, what comes into the bloodstream, what becomes part of us and what doesn't. Really big heart activation. And just this beautiful peace and relaxation that comes in when you shift into that spirit instead of mental relationship with life, a relationship between your spirit and life and action and planning, rather than mental, logical decisions around where and how you move forward. Yeah. And there's just so much more relaxation in the body, rather than all the it feels like the energy and the blood in the brain it feels like it's more distributed throughout the body as a whole. It's like holistic well-being, holistic forward movement, taking the whole picture into account. That's beyond just the physical and beyond what you can see, and knowing that you're not alone and you're doing this in unison with your spiritual helpers and your spiritual counterpart, your divine counterpart. Hearing that song, "You Are Not Alone," I am here with you. We're in this together. We'll see it through. Feels very important. Not trying to do it from that mental capacity or from I'm an individual perspective. I'm part of something bigger. I'm in a unity that is achieving this. I don't have to put all the effort in myself, make all the decisions myself. There's a spiritual knowing and intelligence that's moving through me, that I'm accessing and harnessing, that's informing the changes I make, the decisions I make, and the actions I take. A big clearing through the sacral chakra with that. Because it's also in relationship, whether it's romantic relationship or any kind of partnership, workplace partnership, family, there's more ability to allow others to be who they are and in their divine flow and in their divine intelligence, rather than needing them to be a certain way to meet certain parameters that make your mental plan work, if that makes sense. And with that relaxation and dropping into that trust of life and trust of spirit and trust of those you're working in any kind of relationship with for any particular purpose, that then allows those divine forces to come through, clean everything up beyond your control, in the same way that a tornado is beyond your control. It just comes in and it's a force that affects change without you choosing it or deciding it at a conscious level. Okay, there's some clearing in the throat, the solar plexus, more dropping into the embodiment, into the physical body, more higher levels of spirit drop, your own spirit dropping into your physical body, being present in this tangible reality. Can even feel some neck stiffness clearing up. And a lot of peace and trust coming in, and love. Okay, so yeah, make sure you listen to your body. That's quite a big activation. Drink a lot of water to help that move through. Anything that's coming out that emotionally or mentally is coming up for you to see, just let it go with love. It's coming up to move out or for you to be aware of, not to be pushed back down under the surface. Allow it to come up, even if it's uncomfortable. It should move itself out as part of the process. Blessings, everybody.